yesterday was really fun. Yesterday was probably one of my funnest sessions of the year. The waves were great, but also just having a perfect little random, perfect barreling ride by ourselves, 4 friends.
All right, welcome to the Real Board Loft. I'm Trip Foreman. Today we have a very special guest with us, Joel Parkinson. Joel, welcome.
Thank you.
2012 ASP/WSL World Champion.
Yeah, I guess.
In the house here at Real Watersports, and also here on the Outer Banks. Joel, you've been here for a couple days now, staying with us at Waterman's Retreat, soaking up the Southern hospitality like you experienced today. Tell us about the sessions that went down and your overall impression, because this is your first time here.
Yeah, my first time. I've been lucky enough to score waves. Yesterday was really fun. Yesterday was probably one of my funnest sessions of the year. The waves were great, but also just having a perfect little random, perfect barreling ride by ourselves, 4 friends, constant waves. For me, sometimes it hasn't got to be the wave of your life session. Sometimes it's the people in the session.
100%.
The vibe, the whole atmosphere. It was really fun. So, yeah, yesterday was really cool. In the afternoon, we scored again. And then this morning, we had the last of it. I felt like it was the swell kind of was starting to fade away, but we snuck in a little grovel this morning and had some fun waves.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, it's great to get 3 days of waves on a calendar trip, right?
Exactly.
This is a good swell for us, and you guys absolutely nailed it on a calendar trip.
Well, I did a boat trip last year for Billabong, went for 10 days, and we got skunked. So, I mean, it doesn't matter where you go or what you do. You just surfing's one of those things. It's all about timing, and we were lucky enough to be here in the Outer Banks and on a good timing.
What about your impression of the shop here at Real? I mean, you get to see a lot of shops worldwide. What do you think about our setup?
I would say this. The boards in this whole floor that we're on here is probably one of the best. This is like a dream garage. I mean, apart from being in a surfboard factory, the quality of boards, from whether it be longboard to foil to whatever, this is probably one of the best range of boards I've ever seen.
Right. And word on the street is you're foiling as well?
I do foil a little. I'm really bad at it. I suck, but if the waves aren't really rideable,
you're out there.
I'll have a go on a foil.
Yeah, I mean, that's the key to getting better at anything is admitting you suck. Yeah. Once you think you're good, that's when you stop improving.
But I got friends of mine that will go, there's way. I'll be like, it's 3 feet and the waves are fun today, and they're like, let's go foiling. I'm like, no, we surf, right?
Right. Yeah.
Oh, when the waves are absolutely terrible, then
that's when you're going.
That's when I'm going.
Yeah. Well, let's dive into the boards that you brought. Actually, you didn't even bring any boards. You flew in. You flew in sans boards and had a couple of boards shipped here from JS. What was in your bag that you were riding for this swell here in the Outer Banks?
I mean, lucky enough, these are just straight off the rack. These are stock boards, which I've had plenty of times before. I guess for me, a shaper that always has, the quality that you can jump on a stock board and feel just as good as a hand shaped by the shaper to you. I mean, these things for me are just as good as my normal boards that I can order and wait for JS to shape. But this is my go-to board. This is a Xero Fusion. This is my everyday. This is what I like to call from knee height to chest height, kind of when there's any chance of speed and I can still ride it like a normal board. I can push it hard, and this is my favorite fin. It's a fiberglass MFC JS fin. I don't really care if it comes in futures or FCS. I'm not picky.
You just like that. You like that template.
I love this template.
Okay, and you're riding mediums or largest?
I'm largest. Okay. Sometimes if it does get a little smaller, I'll throw a medium in the back just to free it up a little more. But yeah, this is my favorite board.
And I mean, I know in the JS website and their catalogs and stuff, you actually have a dim set that a stock dim set, this is what Parko rides, but what's your height and weight? Do you know it in US?
I would say, I don't know, let's just say I'm 88 kilos, probably 150, 60 pounds. I don't know, actually. Maybe 180 pounds, actually.
Just give me kilos. Give me kilos in centimeters.
Yeah, I don't know. 189. No, it's 185, I think. Maybe.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Is that right? I actually don't know.
What's the dims on this thing? We got 5'11", 22.5, 32.1.
32.1, yeah. So
Okay.
maybe, this is off the rack, so it's probably not spot on for me. Like 32 would be on point. I think. 32.1
All right.
is fine. You know, it's 100 grams or whatever. So 100, it doesn't really matter. But
a lot of grams.
Yeah.
And so what do you like about the Fusion? Like, as your like everyday board, like because obviously you have the pick of any JS board. Like, why do you go to the Xero Fusion?
Okay, so this I feel like there's a real good synergy before it goes to twin fin, to shortboard, to hot doggy compared to like a normal shortboard. I feel like this model sits perfectly in between.
Yeah.
I can ride in small waves and still generate speed.
Right.
To whereas I jump on a normal shortboard and I struggle.
Yeah.
Because you're pushing too hard.
Yeah.
But this one just sits in a good balance in between a small wave board and a normal shortboard.
And how do you like HYFI 3? Because I'm sure you're riding PUs, you're riding HYFIs. How do you like the HYFI 3?
You know what? I actually don't mind it. The last few days being here on the Outer Banks, this has been really good. If I had to pick, I probably would have picked it in HYFI.
Okay.
But I feel like the best surfing I've ever done on one would be on a PU.
In really good waves.
In really good fun waves.
Right.
Yeah, but I'm not fussy with that either. Like, they both have a different feel. Like, the same board, but a different flex, a different feel. Especially in this thing, like these new ones are like got a great stiffness to them.
Yeah.
So they really, when you do push hard, they push back.
They push back. So maybe in small waves or like kind of sectiony waves, like having that extra pushback is better. What's the range that you're using this board in? Like we talked a little bit about it earlier, but like kind of share with the viewers, like smallest to biggest, like where does this thing work?
I would say if it's a foot overhead,
yeah,
that's your maxing out kind of thing. I would say maybe, like for me, it would be titty height, perfect 3 foot wave where you're absolutely that's when you're on. Kind of after that, I feel like you'll get to the best section of your life. Mm-hmm. And you're running it on red line and it's about to skip out. So that's for me would be the key to, but then you have the other range of boards where you go into a proper golden child or something special, if you're on an Indo boat trip or you're in good waves where you can really lay it over and you know it's going to hold in.
Mm-hmm. And what's the smallest that you're like having fun on this thing?
Probably this morning.
Oh yeah, all right.
I mean, kind of that knee height to waist height. If it's knee height to waist height, I could ride it, but I would prefer to jump on something way funner and twin.
So kind of like waist high to about a foot overhead is like where that thing's perfect.
From here to here is like that perfect range.
Okay, awesome. Let me trade boards out with you. Let's talk about this one. So this is the Black Baron.
Black Baron.
It's not called the 2.0, but it should be, right? So that's
it. Pretty much is a Black Baron. It's just
that's a new version, like an updated version.
It is still the same outline, pretty much the same like template. All you've got, but also I think it's just got a deeper concave. It really spices it up a little more, all the way through to the tail. So for me, this is what I ride this morning. Like this is the one where you get on and you're so free as that twin fin free feeling you have. It's like wherever you want to go. I mean, you're not going to do the craziest turn you've ever done, but you're going to do every turn in each perfect formula. Like you can, I feel like when I ride this thing on a wave that's this big, it points and shoots where you want to go.
Right, wherever you're looking, it gets there.
Yeah, but you're not going to have it on rail like that.
Right.
But you are surfing to your conditions.
And if I understood it correctly, like the original Black Baron, so the predecessor to this one, like that was the first twin fin that JS made, and was like kind of right when you were coming off tour and like getting into like free surfing and like, okay, I'm out of the box, I can ride whatever I want.
For the first 12 months after I retired, I never rode 3 fins. I only rode twin fins. I wanted to feel good. But now I'll ride all sorts of stuff. But right. I was like, this board feels like freedom for me. It was just, it makes you happy. You never have a bad surf. Even on the shittiest wave you catch in the session, this is the board that feels good.
Right. And what are the fins you're riding in that?
These are MFC, JS. Oh no, these are the Power Twins. So, these are just a JS, all fiberglass. I'm a big fan of fiberglass fins.
Okay.
All
you just like the stiffness.
I just like the natural feel for me, especially because you've got a fiberglass board and you put carbon fins in. I just don't like, whether it be in my head or whether it not be, but I just feel like fiberglass is the way to go with that stuff.
With how hard like your rail surfing, like you're a power surfer.
Yeah,
like how
I guess.
hard you're rail surfing, do you find like the honeycomb like composite fins to be too soft, and that's like kind of why you gravitate to the full fiberglass?
I think so, but also more so, I feel like it just settles a board down and takes out the little clicky, the skitziness of a board, or whichever way you want to put it. But I feel like when I ride fiberglass, I feel way more detail of the fin and the board, and it just settles it down to make it feel like a bit more of a part of your back foot.
Okay. What is the range? So if you're riding one of those like exclusively for a year, or twin fins, like what's the range on that? On that board, like on the black box, like how small? So how small, like, or how small you're having fun on it, and how big are you having fun on it?
I mean, this is as small as you can surf kind of stuff. Like if you want to really get out and try and grovel on an ankle high wave, this is what I'd ride. I mean, I wouldn't, after head height, you're gonna be going so fast that you're probably not even gonna be able to find the rail kind of feel. It is one of the fastest boards I've ridden, and that's why it works in this little stuff. But if you're on a 4-foot wave, you'll feel like you're winding the windows up, falling backwards.
Right. So good for the small stuff.
Perfect.
You can push it, but don't push it too far.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then I used to try and ride it in Hawaii, and I felt like I was just holding on for dear life half the time. So
right. Let's dig into. We appreciate the feedback on the boards, because like a lot of people follow our channel, and
awesome.
To get it like directly from you is insane.
Hopefully it makes sense.
Everything,
I mean, I can explain a little bit about surfing. I know the feeling, but I don't really know sometimes how it exactly works. But I haven't enough surfboards in my time to really feel like. To feel the disappointment of a bad board and to feel the happiness of a good board is
it's a wide spectrum.
It's a wide spectrum.
And what and it's happened to me as well, and I always share this with like customers, is that you have to get a really bad board to understand how far magic is on this side. It actually defines the scale.
Absolutely. You get the best spray, you get all the best looking board, it'll never go good.
Yeah.
You actually, sometimes I used to go, it looks amazing.
They put too much into it. It has to be an overnighter.
It has to be an overnighter, and you're like, it's the best board I've ever had. Or, the worst thing is actually breaking your favorite board.
That's horrifying.
That's
the worst.
That's like watching your favorite pub burn down.
Oh, no. Hey, let's dig into a little bit about like your background, like in surfing. Just got a couple like quick questions. Like the one that jumped to the front, which I think could be a huge motivator for and this like kind of line of conversation for a lot of the young kids coming up, is out of the 4, because you had 4 second place finishes.
I did.
In ASP in a really competitive era of surfing. What was the hardest one to swallow? Like which one of those years was the hardest year / pill to swallow out of the 4? Because there has to be one that like still stings you to this day.
2009, myself and Mick Fenning going at it. I blew my ankle out, and with such a lead on the tour, and then limped my way to at least a title shot. He went on a roll, and I got to pipe, and I had Kalani Chapman in a heat, and Kalani just tore shreds off me and beat me, and that was it. That was probably the hardest one, because I went all year with like a 5,000 point lead, and then it all fell apart on the last day.
And how do you, having gotten second 4 times, how do you channel that frustration? And this is like the life lesson learned, How do you channel that frustration into the next year to turn that into a winning year? You know what?
I was like, if I hadn't have won my world title, I would have been the biggest losing surfer of all time. So that would have.
So is that what was in your head?
That was my scary moment. I was like, am I going to be the biggest loser ever in surfing? But
that would be better. That would actually be one up from the first loser. Would be the biggest loser.
Yeah. So, but you know what? I kind of like released the valve a bit, and I was just like, look, I don't really care what happens now. Like, I'm just going with
Was it like you went up in your head, you went up in the physical training, you went up in everything?
I didn't do that at all.
Okay.
I did a lot less. I actually just concentrated on me enjoying my surfing and surfing good, and I really tried to really focus on more points of actual my heat strategy than more so my what was going on, I guess, you know, in the gym and those kind of things.
Right, right. Well, I mean, when you did win, I mean, you were the people's champion. Like, there's so many people around the world. Like,
even though I was against one of your East Coasters like Kelly, it was.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I just want to pull out your winning year, because it's not even like you won in an off year. You know, some people like when like if somebody's like taking the year off or something like that. You know, it's you know, it was you won the title. Kelly was in second.
Mick was third.
John was fourth. And Adriana was fifth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
yeah,
that's pretty stacked.
I actually didn't really know that.
Yeah,
I knew John was up there. There you go.
That's absolutely stacked.
Oh, well, those guys they surf okay.
Yeah, they're all right. You know, on their day.
Yeah.
On their day. So the next question we want to ask you. I mean, you're based in Australia.
Yep.
And you're like one of the emperors at one of the most crowded, most competitive point breaks in the world.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Throw our audience one bone for upping their game in competitive point breaks. And it doesn't have to be that point break, but it could just be any, like, what's in your head when you roll up and you got like 200 people in the lineup and it's the day of the year?
Oh, especially with a guy that doesn't surf a point break a lot, especially if a guy comes from beach breaks. This is the one thing I always feel like going up and going paddle wider. Like be when on point break, it's always easier to run back into the wave than it is to paddle searching a wave down to get wider. Like on a point break, you can never be too wide. You always want to be the widest guy. One swing's wide, swing set, swing either. Even if you see one coming and it's going to come into the bank, you can actually always get back to the bank, but you can never get back to getting wider.
Get wider, okay.
Yeah, I always say the wider the better.
Okay. And the last question we got for you is, I mean, what do you post-competitive, career, still a pro surfer, still like traveling the world, like what are you doing now, and like kind of what makes you happy, like for surfing, and then also like just if you have job responsibilities, like give us like a short like view of like what.
Yeah, I've been lucky enough to be involved in a couple of businesses after surfing. I'm still lucky enough to be a part of Billabong and be an ambassador, and I still get to represent Billabong and and get on all these great trips with a lot of young guys. So I got Seth and guys that are on the tour, and just be a part of the brand still. It's been, for me, it's been over 30 years of being a part of the brand. I always want to be a part of the brand, and I mean to get to come here and hang with you guys in places like this, and I guess you know what, just I get stoked out on surfing just as much as we all do. So my favorite day would be like to have a day, take retail surfing and just go surf and stoke out. And,
right.
Like for me,
which is actually what we're doing tomorrow at the Atlantic Surf Park.
I'm like, that's for me. That's super cool to do. Like, I mean, it's not a hard job for me, and I'm stoked I get to be able to do it. And like I always want to be a part of surfing in some way.
Right.
My life has been this. I dedicated my life to it, and to be a part of it and come to cool places and see the surf stoke around the world. It's cool.
Dedicated froth. Made a way to sum it up.
I think we're all eternal grommets, right?
Yeah, no, 100%. 100%.
Awesome. I'm only 26, and we're going to stay 26 to the day we die. And we're going to surf to the day we die. Well,
that's the age that I identified with as well.
Yeah.
Great way to close it.
Sweet.
Joel, dude, thank you so much, dude, for joining us.
I appreciate it.
Viewers, if you have any questions on any of the JS boards that we talked about, or would like to place an order, you can always reach us at the shop, 252-987-6000, or look us up online, realwatersports.com/surfing. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you. Sweet. That's
sick, dude.